Hey, what's up guys? Rev here. I'll start this video off by cutting right to the chase. The YouTuber Nyanners has taken down her once very popular video, Pomf Pomf Pomf. Now this is one of those situations where if you've seen the video before, I'm sure just looking at this image or hearing the song title is enough to jog your memory. However, for those who don't know, or maybe you need a bit of a refresher, I'll give you a quick lore behind this well-known piece of internet history. Of course, just like anything we talk about on this channel, the origin is all traced back to a doujin called The Light of Tsukimi Manor, which was released in 2010. To summarize, the innocent character here gets tricked into having, well, what you can already guess. The whole Pomf angle is just the sound she makes when she hits the bed. Even if you aren't too familiar with this whole thing, I would imagine you've come across this at some point, whether through a meme or some kind of a reference. Then the next thing comes in 2011 when the song Pon 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 was released, which again, if you saw it once, you know what I'm talking about. It's a Japanese song with really catchy lyrics and has a pretty interesting music video to say the least. Now we turn to the protagonist of the story, Nyanners, which still doesn't feel right being repeated by a grown man, but I'll get through this. Now this was about the time she started making videos on YouTube and eventually made the focus of today's video, the Pomf 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 song in 2012, which of course is a parody of the Pon 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 song in the Pomf meme I've already mentioned. To summarize, the song was largely about a girl getting tricked into doing things on the bed with Oni-chan. I think you get the point. But this video got popular and received millions and millions of views over time. It became a pretty well-known meme that I still see pop up to this day. You could also make the easy argument that this song was the reason her channel became relevant in the first place, and how she became synonymous with the lolly singing voice trope. Now that you're up to speed for this video, as I stated earlier, after all of these years, Nyanners decided to take down Pomf Pomf Pomf. Join me and let's observe a moment of silence. Now you're probably wondering, why after all of this time did she take down this video? Well, she actually made a post detailing her reasons for doing it. It's a bit long and normally I would just summarize, but I think you need to hear the whole thing. So she begins by saying, "It's the worst video I've ever made and I never liked it, or how it garnered the attention of a lot of unsavory types of people who make me very uncomfortable, and it's just plain gross and offensive most of all. I made the song parody when I was 16 and ignorant. It was meant to satirize a horrible doujin that became an unfunny meme at the time, and not meant to be some kind of shitty internet lolicon anthem at all. But people took it that way and that's not what I stand for or condone. I wish I hadn't kept it up for so long because of peer pressure, and I'm really sorry for making it in the first place. I've grown and realized it was a really gross video to make, parody or not, and I hate that it has enforced a certain mentality in some of my fans, that I must think lolicon is cute or acceptable in any way, which in turn reinforces their own gross beliefs or makes people think that it's okay because I think it's okay. It doesn't matter if they're just cartoons, they're children and that's that. I'm not going to argue about it. Sexual abuse and especially sexual abuse of children is not something to make light of, and I do not approve of any of my fans proclaiming themselves as lolicons or acting like it's some cutesy anime term that isn't rooted in disgusting pedophilic crap. I've wanted to take down this video for years, and I'm so glad I finally did it because it's not something I want to be associated with anymore. It makes people uncomfortable and it's hurtful, and it gives people the impression that I'm okay with that kind of stuff when I'm not. I have over 100,000 subscribers now, and a lot of people look up to me. Most of them are as young and impressionable as I was when I uploaded that awful video. So I absolutely cannot set a bad example for all of them. If anyone has any problem with me taking down the video, feel free to unsubscribe. I'm so happy that I finally got rid of that piece of trash. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. I think I should start by saying, personally, I don't even care for the video that much anymore. It was a funny meme, but it's a video from 2012. Videos like that come and go from YouTube all the time. I wouldn't even have thought about making this video if she just took it down and said nothing. I probably would have been totally fine if she made a statement saying she wasn't comfortable or proud of the video anymore and wanted to take it down. But the way she turned around and went after all the people who watched her video, supported her channel, and honestly boosted her channel, and then called them pedophiles, and all doing so while being a hypocrite, by the way, is why I'm making this video. So right from the beginning, she excuses her behavior for making this dangerous video because she was 16, which, no offense, that's already a pretty lame excuse. However, this wasn't like a one-time ordeal. This video has been up for 8 years. That's 8 years she's had the opportunity to take it down. Yeah, you were 16 in 2012, but you were 17 in 2013, 18 in 2014, and so on until we get to where we are now in 2020. And personally, I don't believe the video is dangerous or reinforcing anything. It was a goofy video that I'm pretty sure nobody took as an accepting nod towards pedophilia. However, in her own words, she has always said that she's aware of these negative effects her video was having on people and supposedly negative and dangerous message it was sharing. So over the course of 8 years, she let this, in her own words, gross video stay up untouched. Her only excuse was being peer pressure. So peer pressure was enough to keep her from taking it down for 8 years? I don't buy it. If she truly believed it was so bad, she would have taken it down a long time ago. And to turn around now, after all of this time, and call the people who watched it or enjoyed it pedophiles? Bro, you're the one who made it in the first place. Not only made it, but left it up for 8 years. But all of a sudden, you're better than that kind of stuff now. It doesn't fit who you are anymore. She tries to act like she's abandoned that lolly-voiced, horny bait content. Well, she hasn't. If you didn't know already, Nyanners is now a virtual YouTuber, and her content and personality is pretty much the same, which isn't a bad thing by itself, but when you act like it isn't who you are anymore, it's different. Here's just a quick example of some stream highlights that she hand-selected and put into a video.
I was worried that it would be too big, but it fits perfectly. Please don't take that out of context. Welcome to my fart fetish stream. Poo poo pee pee. Haha, funny monkey. Is Pepto-Bismol a sauce? Oh no, I just flooded my hole! So much liquid just flowed in. Cute anime girl sleeping ASMR. I'm horny.
I know that was just a snapshot, but the kind of persona she puts off is basically the same as it's always been. Which is completely fine, by the way. But what isn't fine is morally grandstanding against the people who enjoyed your old content, calling them pedophiles and disgusting people, but then acting the same way as you always have. And let's not kid ourselves. She's built an audience over the years from having the lolly voice songs, the lolly bass skits, and now the lolly VTuber character. You have literally made it this far by catering to that type of an audience, and now you switch up on everyone and try to play the morality police. And it's not just how she acts now, there's still plenty of old content that's up on her channel that has the same exact vibe as the Pomp video. Now ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to cut to the chase here, and give the reason why I think this all happened. I think she was at a point where this video really didn't have much of a positive value for her channel anymore. It was a great success, but now it's been completely milk dry. I find it no coincidence that this all happens shortly after she joins the Western VTuber community. Now I'm friends with some very nice and very talented Western VTubers, but having said that, just like anything anime related brought over to the West, the community is filled with people trying to morality police each other. And it's just more cancel culture and people wanting to take down problematic content. And that's what I think we have here. Someone got in her ear about this one, and she turned around and spited everyone who watched the videos she kept up for over 8 years. I've said this before, but this whole I have a big platform or I'm an entertainer so I have to be a good example for my viewers is so lame. Look, it's YouTube, people are here to have fun. If you want moral guidance from the pomp girl, or hell, the shit-posting anti-tuber like myself, you need to get better heroes to look up to because it shouldn't be us. People are here to be entertained. Most people know that, others think they're above it. If you want a good contrast, let's see what a normal VTuber has to say about lollies.
There's a girl character named Sagiri なんだけど She's so cute. She is so cute. こちらね、お兄ちゃんと妹のなんか I haven't realized, but maybe I like Lori stuff. Maybe. I don't know. ロリは意外に好きなのかもしれないぞ、ピカ。
Based and Pika-pilled. These people really need to stop taking themselves so seriously. It's one thing to change and grow over time, or feel like your old content isn't who you are anymore, or maybe it might get you in trouble. But it's another thing to lash out at the people who you actively allow to consume it for over 8 years. But ladies and gentlemen, I have beat this one to death and I have nothing left to say. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.